Hey, what's up, nerds? I am your host, Smokey Balloons, and this is King of the Hill. We're here in game number 1 between Ryan Zhu and Underrated 1. Ryan Zhu with a record of 343 wins, 200 losses, and Underrated with 355 wins, 297 losses. So very similar records for both players. This should be a great match. The map is cards. The cards is always the first map for King of the Hill. And yeah, let's see this first game between these two players. So this is the first game of a best of 5. Ryan Zhu is a knight in King of the Hill, and Underrated is the challenger. So basically how King of the Hill works is that we have a king, which is currently Speedo. And Speedo is a very, very good player, arguably the best player in Balloon Tower Defense battles at the moment. Just a very, very strong player with a very, very solid battle score. Like, he's actually, I think, 4th or 2nd on the Balloon Tower Defense battle score leaderboard. So he's freaking, like, you know, 2nd in the world at the moment in battle score, which is just amazing. And he's a king at the moment. And Ryan Zhu is a knight, whereas Underrated is a challenger. So I'll get more into that a bit later, but first of all, let's get into this game. So Ryan Zhu has got his Boomer Monkey on the right hand side, and Underrated 1 has his Cannon and Boomer Monkey on the same spot as Ryan, because the cards map is flipped. So a slight deviation in opening from these two guys. Underrated got the Cannon, but Ryan Zhu didn't get the Cannon. And Underrated 1 is asking Ryan if he's doing an ice stall. So it seems like these guys might have played before, but I don't know why they asked for an ice stall, because I don't see any ice towers. So you usually need an ice stall for an ice tower. But yeah, I don't really know what's going on there. Now both of them have exactly the same strategy. Both going for that 2-3 boomer. That 2-3 boomer is actually really, really strong just on this map, because you can put him there and he just hooks around and kills all those. Oh! Underrated 1 just lost 3 lives. So I'm not too sure how that happened, but I guess the balloon just got past and he lost 3 lives. So now Ryan Zhu is in the huge lead with 150 lives to Underrated 1's 147. And so the reason why he's in the huge lead is because King of the Hill has a very special rule where the game ends on round 38. At the very start of the round 38, the game must end. And the person with the most lives is the winner. So having lives is actually really important in King of the Hill. Because, for example, if both of them just never lose any more lives until round 38, then Ryan Zhu automatically wins, because the game ends and he has the most lives. So basically, Ryan being ahead of lives is a huge, huge advantage. And he's just ahead by 3 lives, but maybe Underrated can come back and make Ryan Zhu lose some lives, or just go for a big rush and just kill Ryan Zhu altogether. And what's this? Oh, Ryan Zhu is going for an ice stall. So he's got one of his ice towers down. To do an ice stall, you get usually 2 1-1 ice towers. And that just slows the balloons basically forever, and the balloons never get past. And that's how you do an ice stall. It means that the round goes for the maximum 30 seconds, as opposed to whenever you clean up all the balloons, because the balloons never get past. So basically the round goes to the maximum time, which is 30 seconds. At the moment, Underrated 1 has his 3-0 Ricochet up and his 2-3 Boomer. So he's definitely not going to lose any lives, because that's a very, very solid defense. Next up, round 8 is pretty interesting, because you can start doing some rushes on round 8. You can do a yellow Rigo rush. Oh, yellow Rigo rush! He's going for it. Okay, so he sold his ice tower, and he's trying to get his 3-0 Ricochet up. But he's not doing it in time. He's losing a lot of lives. How many lives do you lose? He's losing 112 lives. Wow! And he sells his Boomer Monkey again. He sells it. Okay, what's he doing? Okay, he's put the ice towers back. He's bringing them back to 1-1 ice towers. So he's continuing with the ice stall, and is he gonna get this Boomer Monkey up? He seems to ignore it. What if Underrated 1 goes for another yellow Rigo rush? Okay, I guess Ryan just doesn't care, and he's gonna leave that monkey as I don't know, a 1-0 or even a 0-0. But instead choosing to get his mortar up. So that was a fantastic rush by Underrated. Now he's in a huge, huge lead. He's leading by something like 35 lives. And now if they get to round of 38, Underrated is going to win. So Ryan Zhu continuing with the ice stall. Underrated one getting his mortar up for camo detection. And you can see he has the camo detecting mortar because he has a star icon on his mortar. Ryan Zoo still has not got his mortar up to camo detection yet. He doesn't have the star icon. He probably should get it before round 12. No, he still doesn't have it. Still doesn't have it. Underrated one should definitely go for a camo rush right now. He should go for a big camo rush and he'll definitely get past Ryan's defense and make him lose a lot of lives. Ryan's getting a lot more Boomer Monkeys up. I'm guessing he's getting ready for the round 13 Rigo Rainbow Rush. Oh! What's this? Ryan's going for a camo rush. Oh, there's some pink balloons getting past. Oh, lots of pink balloons getting past. And how many lives will Underrated lose? Down to 170 lives. He's doing another rush. Oh, more lives going lost. He's going to lose more lives. He's going to have less lives than Ryan Zoo now. Wow, now Underrated is down to 97 lives. Underrated, just go for the camo rush. Ryan does not have mortar detection. He does not have camo. Just go for the mortar. Go for the camo rush. No, he's going for a rainbow rush instead. Okay, now Ryan sold his mortar. He's going for the ricochets. And he's he lost some more lives. He's lost a lot of lives, down to 62 lives. He should really get another Boomer Monkey to clean these Rigo rainbows. So these Rigo balloons up. But he's going to just let them pass. He's going to lose even more lives, I think, once it gets to the end. Yeah, he's down 43 lives now. 41 lives. Holy gosh. And now Underrated looks like it's looking very, very good. Okay, now he goes for the camo rush, but it's too late. I think Ryan realized his mistake from last game. One camo balloon still gets through now, so now Ryan's down to 36 lives. Oh my god, Underrated just needs to do like one more like really good rush, and it's all over. Oh, Ryan's going for a massive ceramic Rigo rush. Will Underrated have enough to defend? This is probably his Ryan Zoo's last chance to win the game. Oh, he's making him lose some lives, and it's GG! Wow, what an exciting game, guys. What a great first match. That was so back and forward. You know, Underrated took some lives from Ryan. Ryan took some lives from Underrated. Just 3 lives at the start. And then there was just so much good back and forth action. A Rigo Yellow Rush. And then a Rigo Rainbow Rush. Getting Ryan down, way down. And then camo rushes by Ryan catching back up. And then in the end, like, Ryan was down to just 36 lives, but he came back with the Rigo Ceramic Rush. It's a pretty awesome first game. I really thought Underrated had that one because he had such good defense. He had 3 ricochets up and a boomer, but I'm surprised it really still just wasn't enough for that Rigo Ceramic Rush. I'm surprised you need like even more defense than that for the Rigo Ceramics. So Rigo Ceramics are just really strong on Run for 10 because it looks like you need a lot more. So maybe if Underrated one had got a bomb tower up, he should have got maybe like a 4-2 or 3-0 bomb tower. And that might have been just enough to clean up the ceramics. So Ryan Zoo wins that first game. This is the best of 5. So now let's get into game 2. Okay, we're here in game number 2. Ryan Zoo taking that first map on cards in a very exciting match. And now in King of the Hill, it's the loser that picks the next map. And Underrated one has chosen Park as his next map. So let's see what strategies these guys does. Ryan Zoo says the good luck. And Underrated one responds with a U2 and a smiley face. So very good sportsmanship by both these people. Ryan Zoo starting with a Boomer Monkey again. And Underrated one starting with his same bomb tower and Boomer Monkey combination. So usually these games take a bit of a while to pick up pace. So I just want to take this opportunity to talk more about King of the Hill. So King of the Hill is a competition that anyone can take part in, and the first stage of King of the Hill is beating a knight. So Ryan Zoo is one of the knights, and Anacondas is the other knight. And both of them are knights mainly because they're really good because they can play and record. So it's really good that these guys will record all of the matches by the challengers, and we get to see, we get to show you guys, and you guys get to see it, and myself, Smoky Balloons, will do the commentating for most of these King of the Hill games. Now, so the current king is Speedo. You beat these knights, Ryan Zoo and Anacondas, to become a nobleman, and a nobleman has the right to challenge the king, which is Speedo. So Speedo is just sitting pretty on his throne right now because this new system of King of the Hill has just come into effect just recently, just a few days ago actually. In the past, you could just challenge Speedo immediately, but we had too many challenges basically wanted to sign up, and so having too many challenges meant that like there was a wait list of challenges of 15 people, and we didn't want to have 15 people challenging Speedo, and we didn't want to overwhelm them, so we put these knights in as like a gateway to beat these guys, to show that you're worthy to access and play games versus Speedo. And this just means that whenever we see a nobleman versus a knight versus a king, which is the next guy Speedo, we're going to see amazing games. Okay, so both of these guys doing the exact same strategy, and both of them getting the second Boomer Monkey down just to be completely safe. Because again, I think both of these guys have realized that lives are just really important. And so if you don't want to lose any lives at all. And Ryan going for another ice stall. So there's his first 1-1 tower, and I presume his second 1-1 ice tower would be coming up shortly. So this ice stall strategy seems to be a favorite of Ryan, and it's a very interesting strategy because basically ice stall means that the rounds go for longer, so both players have more money, which generally means that it's easier to defend and harder to attack. So whether that's good or bad for either player, I don't know, but it generally means longer games, it generally means more defensive play, and it generally means that yeah, both of them just have more money to do stuff with. They can also send bigger rushes as well. So usually with a regular strategy without ice stall, maybe you can send like a $3,000, $4,000 Regal Rainbow Rush in round 13. But with an ice stall, you can usually send like a $8,000, $10,000, maybe even $12,000 Regal Rainbow Rush, which is much bigger. It's a huge rush. But at the same time, your opponent also has more money to defend. So instead of having like maybe 2 or 3 towers down at that time, he might have 4 or 5 towers down. So it's kind of like a, it kind of helps both players in a way, and it helps, yeah, it helps both players. It doesn't give an inherent advantage for any one player. If anything, it usually costs the ice staller it costs them because they're using up that one ice tower for a tower slot. And Ryan Zoo's going for a third ice tower. Usually you don't need this, but he just really wants to make sure that he has enough ice towers to store all these balloons. But yeah, by having that ice tower in his 4 tower selection, oh, by the way, in King of the Hill you're only allowed 4 towers, you're not allowed to use 5 towers. By having that ice tower, it means that he, lacks one tower that Underrated can have. Maybe he lacks a bomb tower, he lacks a mortar tower, he lacks something that he may otherwise need and that the Underrated one would otherwise have. So it's really interesting that Ryan Zoo has gone for this ice stalling strategy. I guess it must just be the way that he's most comfortable playing. Anyway, both of these guys have not gone for any rushes this round. They haven't gone for a Rigo Yellow Rush. And oh, Ryan Zoo showing a village. So he doesn't have the mortar this time, he has a village. A slight deviation between these players. The village costs a lot more to get camera detection, and obviously it doesn't do any damage. So it costs more and it doesn't do any damage. So you might ask, why the hell would you get it? Well, the village makes it so that it's like impossible for camera balloons to get past. Because obviously it means that every a 0-2 village means that every single tower in its range has the camo detecting ability. Whereas the mortar operates differently. Basically, it's any balloons that the mortar hits changes from a camo balloon into a regular balloon. And so if the mortar doesn't hit anything, then that balloon that gets passed is still a camo balloon. And that's why you see Underrated 1 go for 2 mortars, because you want to make sure that the mortar definitely hits all the balloons that go past. Whereas with a village, all of these Boomer Monkeys can hit camo balloons now, no problem. And this ice door is just so effective. Look, it's just trapping these balloons here forever. So these balloons can never get past, and the round just goes to the maximum 30 seconds, or sometimes even longer. It's kind of hard to tell with this game. Ryan Zoo just sending a sprinkle of pinks, like he's putting some salt of pinks on this park map, maybe some salt for his picnic. But now he's getting more and more pinks. He's probably just saving some money to upgrade his monkeys in case he needs to defend against a Rigo Rainbow Rush. Because a Rigo Rainbow Rush is just so dangerous when you have an ice storm, because your opponent can do much bigger rushes than they normally would. And the thing is, Underrated One is saving a lot of money. He hasn't seen any economy balloons, so he's obviously saving a lot of money for something. He's probably going to do a rush quite soon, otherwise he's just wasting all those money not sending economy balloons. In the meantime, Ryan Zhu has his 4 boomers up, usually with 4 ricochets. That should be plenty. Oh, he's selling his... Ryan Zhu just sold his 3-0 ricochet, and he's replacing it with 2-3 boomers. With lots of 3-3... Wow! Ryan Zhu must have had lots of money saved up. He's got 5 2-3 boomers. Holy cow! And here's a Rainbow Rush. Oh, he's really going. He's getting a huge Rainbow Rush. So all that money that Underrated One saved up was for the Rainbow Rush. And wow, that Rainbow Rush got completely annihilated. That was not even close. Holy cow! So 5 2-3 boomers is enough to beat a Rainbow Rush by the looks of it. Wow, that Rainbow Rush got destroyed. So that means that Underrated One is probably quite short of money right now, but he still has enough to get some Moab Maulers up. I'm not too sure why Underrated One is getting Moab Maulers so early, because the Moabs can only come from round 18. You can only send Moabs from round 18. So round 16 or round 15 is still pretty early to get Moab Maulers. A bit too early in my opinion. But, you know, you could just say better to be safe than sorry, right? And what's also interesting about Underrated One's defense is that he has a Blade Maelstrom. And a Blade Maelstrom is like an awesome defense against Regal Rainbow Rushes. They're also pretty good against Ceramic Rushes, but against Regal Rainbow Rushes, they're awesome. They're probably like the most cost-effective defense against Rainbow Rushes. Because you just hit that special ability, and it shoots blades all over the map, and it just kills every single rainbow. And it only costs like maybe $4,000 total, which is so cheap for one tower that can defend the Regal Rainbow Rush, which is probably the strongest rush in the game. He can defend that rush by himself, which is pretty ridiculous. But Underrated One has got lots and lots of Moab Maulers up. He's got tons of Moab Maulers, whereas Ryan Zhu has still only got the 5 boomers. Ryan Zhu is getting another Ice Tower down. It's a pretty strange spot to go for an Ice Store. I don't think he's doing an Ice Store with this Ice Tower. It's probably for an Arctic Wind. An Arctic Wind is a very strong tower. Basically what it does... Oh, there it is, an Arctic Wind. Arctic Wind basically slows the balloons like heaps. They go from their normal speed to a snail's crawl, like so slow. And but this only affects the regular balloons. It doesn't affect Moabs. But still, they're so slow that it's literally slower than glue. I'm pretty sure it's slower than glue balloons. That's how slow they are. But it doesn't do any damage. Oh no, I think it does do damage. So it slows them down and it damages the balloons. So Arctic Wind is amazing versus any sort of group balloons like group ceramics or Regal Rainbow Rush or anything like that. It's really good. But the one interesting thing about the Ice Tower... Oh, hold on a sec. So Underrated One is sending a Moab. Let's see how well this does. He's sending 2 Moabs. So far he's popped the first Moabs. Ryan's popped the first Moabs, okay. The second Moab he's struggling with. The third Moab is definitely getting through. But the thing about Park is it's such a big map, and Ryan Zhu's showing he has a special ability. So he's got the turbocharge on his 2-3 boomer, which is the 2-4 boomer, which is a turbocharge. It's like a really fantastic ability. It only costs $3,000, and it just makes him shoot like crazy fast. And that's really good against Moabs. It's almost having it's almost like turning your boomer into a super monkey. That's he shoots as fast as a super monkey, or maybe even faster. I don't know. He shoots pretty damn fast. But that Moab rush did absolutely nothing to Ryan, and I think it's because Rally is such a big map. The balloons has to go through these boomer monkeys 3 times, and whereas if this was a map like Temple, then maybe it would have been really good. It would have got past Ryan for sure. And Temple, the balloons only pass through the boomers once. And so Underrated One wonders if this will be a draw. It may very well be a draw. Both of them are still 150 lives. No lives lost. And Ryan's saying you can surrender at any time. so Ryan Zhu is using the please surrender strategy against Underrated One. And Underrated One counters it with a nah and a tongue out smiley face. So the the please surrender strategy did not work by Ryan Zhu. But it's a good attempt. You know, the please surrender strategy is very strong sometimes, especially if you pair it with a smiley face. So Underrated 1 has got lots of Moabs up and a 4-2 bomb tower, so he's very safe against most things. But round 20 you can send BFBs. BFBs are very strong, but it doesn't seem like Ryan Zhu wants to send any. And it seems like Ryan Zhu's defense is pretty weak against the BFBs. So I think maybe Underrated 1 should send a BFB. I doubt these Boomer Monkeys by themselves can take down a BFB. Although, if you make them all into turbocharged monkeys, that's like having 5 Super Monkeys. Or 6. Yeah, no, 7 Boomer Monkeys. Wow. Yeah, each one that you upgrade to turbocharge is like having a Super Monkey. And if you have 2 or 3 of those, I guess it might be enough to take down BFB, but a BFB is pretty freaking strong, man. So here we go, round 21 is the natural camera balloons, but both of them have very good camera detection. Underrated 1 with his double mortar and Ryan Zhu. Oh! So, here we go. Underrated 1 sending a BFB rush. What's Ryan going to do against this? He definitely needs some more defense than this. This is not going to be enough. I certainly don't think it's going to be enough. If this is enough defense, then this game is just broken. I mean, how can this be enough defense versus a BFB? Holy cow, he's actually doing really well. Okay, he's going for the turbocharge, I think. Okay, double turbocharge. Wow, turbocharge is freaking good, man. And I think it's because that Arctic Wind just helped out so much. Because you can see that at the end, those balloons like slowed to a crawl, and it means that these Boomer Monkeys just own them up. So it looks like 7 Boomer Monkeys is enough to crack a BFB with an Arctic Wind. Wow, I'm actually really surprised by it, because like Ryan's defense looks so weak, but actually it's just really strong. We're getting up to round 23 now. We're still a while away from round 38, which is when the game ends. But yeah, it's very possible that this game could be a draw, because both of them are just defending so well. And you know, Underrated 1 is trying to do rushes versus Ryan. He's done a Rigo Rainbow rush, he's done a Moab rush, and he's done a BFB rush, and all of them just were completely destroyed by Ryan Zhu's defense. And that's one of the things about Ice Stalling, is that you just get a much better defense up than you normally would. And it's very hard to attack with Ice Stalling, and that's maybe the strategy that Ryan Zhu likes to go for. Just these very defensive games. It's a very interesting strategy, and maybe more suitable for King of the Hill, because again, losing lives in King of the Hill is very detrimental. And Underrated 1 says, I see now why going no lives lost on a map like this is so important. Yeah, exactly. So if oh, hold on a sec, I think I see a Oh my god. So Ryan Zhu is sending a Oh my god rush. Oh my god, this is the strongest attack in the game. Oh my god is the strongest tower in the game. Can Underrated 1 stop the Oh my god? Let's see what he's gonna do. He's got tons of bomb towers. What's he gonna do? He needs some more defense, I think. I don't think his defense is enough. Wow, there's 2 Oh my gods. Ryan Zhu has sent 2 Oh my gods. So 1 Oh my gods costs $9,000. So he's sent at least $18,000. Okay, so Underrated 1 has popped the first round of popped both Oh my gods down to BFBs. But look at that, 2 Oh my gods sends out like freaking 6 BFBs. And 6 BFBs becomes like 12, 20,000. Okay, he's doing the Blade Maelstrom, but it's not going to be enough. The balloons get through, and GG! Ryan Zhu takes the second game with a double Oh my god rush on round 25. Wow, that was such a strong attack. I don't know what else Underrated 1 could have done. He should have got more bomb towers maybe, but there was just so many BFBs inside those 2 Oh my gods. And there's so many Moabs inside those 2 BFBs. And there's so many ceramics inside those Moabs. So I'm really not too sure what Underrated 1 could have done there. But maybe he should have rushed. What he might have could have done is that he should have rushed Ryan Zhu before Ryan Zhu rushed him. You know, someone once told me that the best defense is a good offense. And so maybe he should have, instead of going for the defense, he should have gone for the counter rush. So when Ryan Zhu did the 2 Moabs, so the 2 Oh my gods, Underrated should have gone for the BFB rush or the Moab rush. Although having said that, Ryan Zhu has already proven that he can defend against BFBs. So I'm not too sure about that. But I'm not too sure what he could have done there. But yeah, that was such a strong attack that wow, I don't know what could have stopped the Underrated 1 attack there. It was so sorry, the Ryan Zhu attack with 2 Oh my gods on round 25. Anyway, that's game number 2. Let's go to game 3 to see if Underrated 1 can come back in the series down 2-0 in a best of 5. So he's down by a lot. It's going to be quite a hard game for Underrated 1 to come back because he has to win 3 games in a row. Sometimes there's a draw in King of the Hill because both players just get to round 38 with full lives, and a draw means that they can still continue, but a draw basically means it's even harder for Underrated 1 to come back. So let's go to game 3 to find out. Alright, we're here in game number 3. Ryan Zhu vs Underrated 1. Underrated 1 has chosen Hydro Dam. I am so excited for this map. This is the map that I struggle the most with, and I know a lot of you guys struggle a lot with Hydro Dam, so I'm really excited to see these guys' strategies for Hydro Dam. I really hope that they put out something really special for Hydro Dam. Hydro Dam is like, it's one of those maps that, you know, you really love or you really hate. Because if you have a good strategy for Hydro Dam, then you love it, because everyone else has terrible strategies for Hydro Dam. But if you have a good strategy, then you love Hydro Dam because you just own everyone up. But if you have a bad strategy for Hydro Dam, then you hate Hydro Dam, and it's just like the worst map ever. So Ryan Zhu going with a Boomer Monkey on the top right pipe, and Underrated 1 says it all comes down to this. I wouldn't say that. If Underrated 1 wins this and he wins another match, then it all comes down to the 5th match. But Ryan Zhu going for the double Boomer Monkey. Very, very interesting. While his Underrated 1 goes for the bomb tower on the little island, and he's going for the Darling Gun. So, and then Ryan's just sold his 1-0 Boomer Monkey, and he's upgraded it to a 0-3. So I think some of these balloons should get past Ryan. It's very interesting because okay, yep, there's some balloons getting past. So Ryan's gonna lose first life in this King of the Hill on 3rd match on Hydro Dam, and now both of them are sending red economy balloons. So Ryan has got his Boomer Monkey up to, I think it's a 1-3 probably. Yeah, it's probably a 1-3, and whereas Underrated 1 is using the Bomb Tower Dartling Gun combination. So Dartling Gun is really interesting because it could be really good, it could be really bad. The one thing about Dartling Gun is you have to be very good at aiming it. If you don't aim it properly, then it's a totally useless tower. But if you're very, very good at aiming it, then it can be a very, very good tower. And the good thing about using a Dartling Gun on this map is that... Oh, hold on a sec. Ryan is going for a big pink rush here. Can he make Underrated lose some lives? It looks like some balloons might be getting through. So far, he's holding on. It's hard to tell. Okay, there it is. 1 life lost by Underrated 1. Will he lose any more lives? Ryan Zhu's going continuing with... Oh, okay, and Underrated 1 has just upgraded his Dartling Gun to a 2-1. So now he should be completely safe versus these pinks. Meanwhile, he's doing a pink rush versus Ryan Zhu. He's also making Ryan Zhu lose some lives. So Ryan Zhu is down by a little bit, down to 138 lives versus Underrated's 149. And I think another red balloon's getting through, so 137 lives for Ryan Zhu. Underrated 1 going for the double cannon. So he's just trying to play very, very safe, be completely safe. He doesn't want to lose any lives. And yeah, that's a good strategy. I mean, lives are important in King of the Hill. Now, round 6 is really interesting because you can send blacks, and blacks are really, really hard to defend in Hydro Dam. Pinks are quite hard to defend, but blacks are even more hard to defend. So let's see if either of these guys goes for Black Rush. Okay, so Underrated 1 is sending black balloons, and Ryan Zhu is sending black balloons. So both of them sending black balloons versus each other. Both of these guys playing very, very aggressive attacking styles on Hydro Dam. And Ryan Zhu's losing more. He's losing a lot of lives, losing 122 lives. Oh, Underrated 1 is also losing more lives. He's losing 135 lives. Ryan's losing down to 118 lives, 117, 120. It's just a matter of who can lose lives faster. Holy cow. This is crazy. Both of them is just like, it's like a horse race, but like whoever's winning is losing because the person who's winning is losing the most lives. Okay, and Underrated 1 has got his bomb tower up to a 3-0. And what's this? Ryan's going for an ice storm on Hydro Dam. Holy cow, I've never seen this before. This is crazy. I mean, we know that Ryan loves the ice storm, but can he really ice storm Hydro Dam? What is going on here? Round 8, and Ryan gets a ricochet up. And Underrated 1 has lost so many lives. He's down to only 47 lives versus Ryan Zhu's 108. So Underrated 1 was did not deal with that Black Rush very, very well. Certainly not as well as Ryan did. But this Ice Storm, man, it's so interesting. What is it going to do? It seems to be freezing some balloons. It's definitely touching the balloons at least. We know that much. but can it hold this? Can it stall the round at all? So there, the balloons just got past and it didn't stall the round. Oh, I missed that. Somehow Underrated 1 lost even more lives. Oh, he's got his balloon bombs it up to a 4-2. So now Underrated 1 has to play really safe. He's got to play super safe because and this, by the way, this happens sometimes with the ice stall where the round just stalls for a second. So Underrated 1 with his 4-2 bomb tower should be completely safe. But the problem with having a bomb tower on this map is that oftentimes the bombs miss because it's so far away from the balloons that oftentimes it misses. And Ryan has shown a mortar, and so he's going to use a mortar for his camera detection, whereas it looks like Underrated 1 is going to, I presume, use a dartling gun for his mortar camera detection, because he's not showing any other tower. He's not showing a mortar. And Underrated 1 with that 4-2 bomb tower. I love 4-2 bomb towers. Look how strong it is, man. It's just boom, just popping everything up. It's really hard to get any rush past a 4-2 bomb tower. Meanwhile, Ryan Zhu is spamming Dartling Monkeys, just 0-0 Dartling Monkeys on the pipe. I didn't know you could fit 3 on there. That's really cool. And he's got them all up to 2-0. So that's kind of interesting. But yeah, Underrated 1 only has 27 lives, so he's getting into pretty dangerous territory. And he has a boat up, so he's got I think it's probably a 2-2 boat. I actually just am not that familiar with boats, to be honest. Oh, Underrated 1's going for a camera rush. A lot of balloons get past, a lot of balloons, and Ryan loses a lot of lives. He's getting a second mortar up to deal with these camera balloons. But that was quite an effective rush, getting Ryan down to 78 lives. And the ice stalling is working. Look at this; it's just stalling this balloon for quite a bit of time. Underrated 1 says his adrenaline is pumping. That is good to hear. That's what I love to hear. King of the Hill is a great tournament because it does make you so anxious when you play these games. Ryan's going for a camo regro pink rush. Doesn't get past his dartling gun. And that's the game. GG, victory for Ryan Zhu. That regro pink camo rush was enough to get past Underrated 1's lone dartling. And that's the problem when you have just a dartling gun to do all of your camo detection. You can do some very strong rushes with camos, like that pink camo, regro camo pink rush. That's quite a mouthful. But even you know, regro rainbow rushes with camo, anything regro ceramic rushes with camo, anything with camo is just really strong versus a player that only uses his dartling gun for the defense. So there we go. Both of these guys showing very strong strategies on Hydro Dam, because they made it into round 13. It's very hard usually to make it into round 13 in Hydro Dam, but it seems like both of them have a pretty solid defense. But in the end, Ryan Zhu just showing the better defense, managing to win with 78 lives to spare. And that is the first Knight versus Challenger in King of the Hill. Ryan Zhu defeating the Challenger Underrated 1 3-0. So this means that the Challenger Underrated 1 obviously loses. But the thing about King of the Hill is really cool is that now Underrated 1 can watch this video, analyze how Ryan Zhu played, how he played, improve, get better, and come back another day and challenge Ryan Zhu again and try to defeat him. Because you only have to wait 24 hours before you're allowed to challenge a knight again. And so I hope that Underrated 1, if you're watching this, shout out to you, buddy. And I hope you learned a lot from watching this, and I hope you can improve and take down Ryan Zhu in the future. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. This is Smoky Balloons. This is King of the Hill. Please go participate. Hope you enjoy. See you next time.